Yo ho, it's Vlogmas. Ahoy mates, welcome back to Pirates Life, and welcome to another episode of Vlogmas. Today is going to be another video talking about the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise reinvention. Now, I know I'm using the word reboot in my thumbnail and title, but I don't want to refer to the new franchise changes as a reboot because hopefully you all know my opinion that they're not going to start from scratch. It's just going to be a refresher of the franchise to bring it back to life. So a thread on Reddit inspired me to do this, so I want just to list some things that I want to see in the franchise reinvention, and I've probably touched on some of these before, but I wanted to put them all in this video because of what we know now. So going off what someone on Reddit said, I agree with them, and I want to touch on this point, is that I want to see Jack return to his original form, and by form we mean how he acted in Curse of the Black Pearl at World's End and Dead Man's Chest. And on Stranger Tides somewhat. I love the conniving, trickster version of Jack, the witty things he says and does, how he double-crosses people, and how he manipulates situations. We saw Jack down on his luck in Pirates 5, and so we didn't really get that much of the original Jack Sparrow. We just kind of got that Jack, where he was drunk and he didn't really feel like himself, so I want to see the return of that in a future film. And along with that, I want to see Jack, Will, and Elizabeth together again in a future film. One thing that they missed out on doing in Pirates 5 is having those three interact. I would have loved to see them interact again. In the story timeline, it's been a really long time since they've seen each other. Plus, they're such a good trio, they work so well with each other, or off of each other. And I think the audience wants to see that as well. I think the audience wants to see Jack, Will, and Elizabeth at the head of the franchise again. I kind of compare it to Star Wars, where in the sequel trilogy, yes, we see Luke, Leia, and Han in the same movie, but we don't see them all together. But yes, I want to see Jack, Will, and Elizabeth back together again. I also want to see the return of ship battles in the franchise. We did see a lot of the story taking place on the sea in Pirates 5, and we saw Salazar's ship destroying pirate ships. But I would like to see the Black Pearl in a ship battle again. It would be fun to have one reminiscent of the one in Curse of the Black Pearl. I just think ship battles bring a lot of energy into the movie, and the scenes are really fun, and there's also characters you can play with in those scenes. Plus it reminds me of the ship battle in the attraction, which is my favorite scene of the ride. So that'd be really awesome to bring back into the films. And the last thing I want, which is behind the scenes, is fan involvement in the next film. What inspired me to think of this or say this is that Leo Camacho, he's a YouTuber, he got to go and be on the set of St. Martin for Pirates 5. He got flown there, he got put in a costume, he even took a picture with Johnny Depp in costume. I want to see something like that happen again, but instead of just being like an extra in the movie, which I would love to take part in, Disney if you're watching, I would love for the fans to have input for the next story, which may seem unrealistic, but take me for instance, not that I'm boasting, but I know a lot about Pirates of the Caribbean, the lore, the canon, the characters, and in more recent years I fantasized about becoming a story controller or continuity controller for this franchise. Star Wars has one. Star Wars has a whole story team that makes sure that everything lines up with canon, but I wish Pirates had the same thing. I would love to be like the official Pirates historian, so they could go to me and say, hey, did this character do this in the second film, the third film, and what happened as a result? And I'd be like, oh yeah, this happened then. And that way I could give official answers to questions the fans have. But yeah, that's my last point of things that I want to see in the franchise reinvention, or the Pirates reboot, as many articles will call it. Let me know in the comments below about what you want to see in the new films. And if you agree with any of my points, please give this video a big thumbs up, and thank you for watching. I'll be back tomorrow with yet another episode of Vlogmas. And remember, there be more than one way to live the Pirate's life, mates. Ta.